Hello and welcome back everybody, my name is LittleCornDogs, and in today's video, as you guys can see, I am here in my awesome blue helicopter. I've been getting so many compliments on all the helicopters I've been making. You guys are so nice, so thank you for that. A lot of you are saying that they look realistic, they fly realistic, and yeah, they're just really fun to fly. Now with those awesome kind words, I've taken all that into consideration and decided that helicopters are a little bit limited, and that's totally fine. But when I fly this thing, I realize how fun it is to fly a helicopter, but it also makes me miss flying a plane. So today I'm going to be mixing both a plane and a helicopter, and it's going to be very, very different. The blades are not going to be on top like your standard helicopter. They're going to swing under the bottom and give it lift from the bottom, almost like a thruster. Now I haven't even built this thing yet, I just have the idea in my head. So stick with me here, we are going to be testing a lot out. And don't forget to stick till the very end where I'm going to be showing it off and all the awesome features that it has. Okay, so let's get straight into the building. You guys said in the community questions that I asked on YouTube that you all would like to see a more in-depth building process because yeah, I really don't do that. But basically, you want to start off with your cockpit. I'm going out with the new Space Fighter cockpit. I haven't really used this much, so I think it's going to look cool. But now that we got that, I'm going to go for the back end here, and we are going to just give it some good shape. I really think that this rounded bit works so good with the entire cockpit here. I've tried the wedges, but they just don't look as good. So I'm thinking that that's long enough. Let me go ahead and add the tail. That's looking cool. So if you guys look when we spawn this thing in, let me flip this thing around. And then just for the meantime, we'll put a block here so it's all connected. But if you look at those wings, dude. Those look so good on the back end. So yeah, anyways, that's somewhat of the shape that we are going for. But let's go for the complexity part of this build, and that is the swinging wings. So we're gonna go ahead and flip it like so. Of course, we're gonna need this one to be able to swing in the green direction as well. Actually, yes, I think that's right. But let's copy it again. We'll flip it again and flip it going downwards like that. Put little 90s in here, flip and flip. Oh, look at this. There you go. That comes in handy now. Look at that. Perfect. It's holding these guys up. We're going to need this to swing down, and then we need these wings to fold back. Now, it's hard to kind of imagine something like that right off the bat, but we're going to do a little bit of a test here. But of course, the problem is the seat not being attached to the entire frame of the build here. So I'm just going to, again, put some random blocks here for the meantime, just so it all holds up. Let's give this a little test. So fold down, back. Nah, that looks good. That looks so cool. Okay, well, let's take these out. Of course, the seat will be disconnected, but that's totally fine for the meantime. Let's add the gyro stabilizer going this way. Let's add a gyro going this way. And then the same thing with another gyro stabilizer going this way. And then, of course, the same thing with another gyro going this way. But we're not done when it comes to the gyros. We're actually going to put another one down so we have somewhat of yaw, and A and D looks fine, and we're gonna do 3. Now when I'm doing these tutorials and little builds for you guys, I do just want to say, while I'm typing all this in, like, oh, strength of 3 and strength of 1 here, that's not set in stone. When you're building this as well, please adjust it to your own way. But with the looks of this, it is looking good, so I'm just going to connect that there, put a block on this back end here so it's all holding together. And now time for the difficult part, which is actually having the whole swing part come down. And then of course we need some pistons, so let's do that. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it and put it like that. I think we're eventually gonna need an OR gate, so I'm going to put that there as well. Now we put a little helicopter engine here. I think I'm just gonna go with the first helicopter blades to be in the game like this. These just look so cool. Flip it like so, and then of course we are going to copy, you know what, I'm just gonna highlight all of them, copy it, and then copy that one too. Boom. Wait a second. These new space thrusters, dude. Oh, look at that. All right, this is awesome. This is so cool. I'm gonna paint it up. I will be back, and I'm going to be showing this thing off. Alright, you guys, I am back, and I am finally done with this thing. I didn't really add all that much, but man, am I so excited to show you guys how this thing actually works. So here we go. Yeah, super interesting. Of course, it doesn't spawn in like this. It spawns in like this, and then I just click E. But anyways, as you guys can see, I added some yellow wedges in the front just for more aerodynamics, and then I added some guns as well. I took away all the logic pieces and just replaced it with some metal pipes because, yeah, we don't even need any logic for this thing. Anyways, let's go ahead and take off. Here we go. Yeah, as you guys can see, it's very quick on the takeoff. I think the max speed in the vertical direction is about 35 miles an hour. But you can see that also the roll and all that is, it's very fast. I kept everything to a very fast speed. I wanted to be able to counter all of my angles when flying in very low to the ground. And of course, taking out targets. Let's hope that I could hit that. I did not, but you know what? I didn't hit that sign either, so I will take it. The thrust being on the bottom, I thought would be a very bad effect, but it's really not. It's not at all. But now that we're here up in the sky a little bit, let me go ahead and transform. As you can see, it's extremely smooth, and yeah, you don't need to be super high in the air to transform. I mean, especially from plane to helicopter, you can kind of just go like this, and it doesn't really lose any, what is that called? Any altitude. But yeah, I love it. I love it so much. I love how it stays on this perfectly straight line while also being tilted forward, so you can shoot at targets that are below you, but also be extremely nimble while in helicopter mode. And then of course, airplane mode doesn't fly the best, but that is due to the stabilizers and all that good stuff in there. It's just, it feels like I'm flying this thing and it's kind of just self-correcting itself. It's not as fun, if that makes sense. And because I'm my worst critic, I'm also going to bash it because of how big it is. Unfortunately, you guys can see that the circumference of this plane is absolutely, well, ridiculous. Although it can take off vertically, it can't fit through tight spaces like a normal airplane can. But I guess if you were to add a helicopter feature to any aircraft, it really wouldn't be able to fit in that tight of places anyways. But yeah, I know Harriers and stuff like that do have a little bit of different features when it comes to something like this. Everything is internal within the aircraft. But the problem with that is that it doesn't look as cool when you transform in mid-air. The only thing that happens is that a hatch opens or closes when taking off or turning into jet mode or helicopter mode. I want to see a lot of you guys come up with some really cool transforming creations. It doesn't really have to necessarily be in the air. I don't really care. I just love to see transforming things like that. I mean, just that flip, man. Come on, that's crazy. The helicopter just did a front flip, and then we just turn into an airplane. I mean, it's pretty sweet. I do just want to say, when it comes to the helicopter mode, that is extremely fun. And to prove that, let me go ahead and transform here. I'll show you guys how accurate this thing is when it comes to landing. So we can come in extremely, extremely hot. And yeah, because it's just kind of small, it really does just land and nothing breaks. Now in airplane mode, like I said earlier, the circumference is very, very wide. You cannot fit through tight places. But for helicopter mode, there's not many helicopters that, well, at least in real life, I don't think there's any helicopters that have thrust and blades coming from the bottom. That's just realistic. You know, I don't know if I'd want spinning blades of death to be at ankle height here, or for our poor Chirpo, waist height. So to finish off today's video, let's blow some stuff up. Alright you guys, well if you look down there, we have a desert military base and they're lining up their aircraft. Now we can't just do a quick boom and zoom with this thing. We need to be very precise. We are limited on bullets and resources and fuel, so we need to be very cautious here. We have a good line of sight of them. They don't see us yet, but with precision in mind, we need to go ahead and dive down. We're going to transform into helicopter mode, so we are nice and slow and precise. Very nice. We're coming in nice and slow, and start shooting. Start shooting. Start shooting. Nice. Oh! Jeez, man. I seem to have put way too much TNT on those guys. Well, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy all the crazy explosions and, of course, the awesome transformation that this thing has. If you have any ideas for this aircraft or just any aircrafts or vehicles in the future, make sure to leave a comment down below. Join the Discord. As always, my name is LittleCornDogs, and I will see you guys in the next one.